Good day. In a further indication of the extent to which the true battle that is being played out in Washington via the impeachment is not between the Democrats and Donald Trump, but between Donald Trump and the Mitch McConnell wing of the Republican Party, we have now had an extraordinary set of comments from Mitch McConnell in which he has straightforwardly and simply blamed Donald Trump and his supposed lies for the events on 6 January 2021 and the protests that took place in the Capitol and the invasion of the Capitol building on that day. I've already explained in previous videos why I think blaming Donald Trump and appearing to lend support to impeachment, which these comments will inevitably be seen to do, is for the Republican Party dangerous and unwise. Opinion polls, even opinion polls by pollsters hostile to Donald Trump, continue to show that he has the support of around 80% or more of Republican voters. Pursuing impeachment proceedings against the most popular Republican there has ever been, the Republican who has won more votes by a margins of many millions than any other Republican in history, seems to me completely reckless and illustrates the dangers of the Mitch McConnell course for the Republican Party. But there is something else which I think in all this commentary people are failing to notice, which is that these comments of Mitch McConnell's on their face disqualify him from participating further in the proceedings in the Senate. The Senate hearing is supposed to be a trial of articles of impeachment presented to the Senate by the House of Representatives. That trial has not taken place yet. Many of us, including me, think it should not take place at all because, in my opinion and in our opinion, the Senate has no jurisdiction to conduct proceedings against a former impeachment proceedings against a former president. But let's put that aside. Let's assume that this was a valid trial and that the Senate did indeed have proper constitutional authority to conduct a trial leading to an impeachment or at least a disqualification decision. After all, there are many people who think that, and I accept that that might be the eventual outcome to this process. The point is that Mitch McConnell is supposed to be one of the judges. He is supposed to be sitting in the Senate, listening to the evidence and making up his mind. Well, he's clearly not going to do that because, as he showed by the comments he has just made, without hearing any evidence at all, without hearing what Donald Trump's defense lawyers might say on his behalf, without taking any evidence from any witness, his mind is already made up. The blame is with Donald Trump and the lies that Donald Trump supposedly told. What kind of judge, what kind of impartial judge is it who makes comments like that? Now, I know that there are many people going to say, and it's true, that impeachment is a political process, that the Senate cannot be held to the same standard as a trial court would be, and that Mitch McConnell's position is not therefore the same as that of a judge presiding over a trial, or indeed a juror sitting in judgment in that trial. I accept that. I understand that. I recognize the truth of what is being said. I also accept that Mitch McConnell's comments whatever my feelings about them, are not going to prevent him from sitting in that trial as a member of the Senate and hearing and making a decision. There is no power to remove him from doing so. Having said that, I said right at the beginning of this process that one of the reasons why I thought it was completely misconceived was that it was structurally unfair to Donald Trump and showed a total disregard for due process. After all, the House confirmed that by going ahead and voting for articles of impeachment after just a few hours' debate, without hearing any evidence, without hearing from any witnesses, and on the basis of a House report which relies on media reports sourced from anonymous sources. Well, I think Mitch McConnell has given more evidence, more proof, if you will, that this process is being conducted in a way that totally disregards due process and any concept of fairness that I have ever known. Here we have one of Donald Trump's most important judges, and before the trial has even begun, he has declared Donald Trump guilty, at least of the facts, if not on the law. Impeachment ought to be a process that Congress undertakes in very rare circumstances. There should be particular attention to due process and fairness issues. There should be exhaustive investigation, careful weighing of evidence, and both the Senate and the House ought to proceed slowly and with caution. All of that is being thrown aside in this case. What this is going to do is going to embitter and infuriate even more people who support Donald Trump in the country as they see that the president whom they elected in 2016 and who they supported in 2020 is being treated in this shabby and unfair way. I wonder also what the Supreme Court of the United States, in any case which Donald Trump eventually brings against any impeachment proceedings which are brought against him, arguing that they are unconstitutional, will say when they consider evidence of this kind, evidence of the sort of things that Mitch McConnell has said. This is one of the most extraordinary comments I have ever seen from a United States senator, and it astonishes me that a senator of Mitch McConnell's experience has allowed himself to speak out in this reckless way. I wonder what his agenda is, but not for the first time. I think he has let his obvious loathing of Donald Trump unbalanced him and affect his sense. Thank you very much for joining me on this program. I look forward to you joining me again in future programs. Please also look up our other channel, the Duran. Please also look up my colleague and friend Alex Christophorou's channel. You will find links under this video. Please also support us by checking us out in our other platforms, BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, and the rest. And please also support us through PayPal, Patreon, and Subscribestar. Lastly, please check out our shop. You'll find all the great things, all the great merchandise that we have there, our famous magic mugs, the best coffee and tea mugs in the world, our great t-shirts, long-sleeved and short-sleeved, our sweatshirts, our famous Duran hats, both baseball caps and truckers hats, and please also join me in my next program. Thank you very much.